What?
That ass.
Tracy, you been smoking that shit again?
No, but I did have my ginger mix blend today.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how that gets me.
Yeah, horny as fuck. You know I'm allergic to that shit. Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Westy from AKNation TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And I'm here to talk to y'all about Big Brother. Week 3, I believe it is, because 3 people have left, or week 4, whatever. This is a very interesting cast of people. And to be honest, this is the first time where I felt like it's been even keeled between everyone involved. I think like everyone has the potential to win. If that's, I don't know. I don't know. I've never felt like everyone had the potential to win possibly, but it seems like this cast, it is that everyone has the potential to win. And it also seems like whoever becomes HOH is the next booted out. So I'm very curious as what is going to happen, because currently right now, as I speak to y'all, there has not been a new HOH, not been a new HOH. At this time of recording the video, Nicole, America, and Cameron have made the 13-hour mark, which means that Jag just dropped. Okay, this is very interesting. And I am completely shocked because Nicole is showing that she can last. America is showing that she can last. And Cameron is definitely showing that he does not want to go on the block 2 times in a row. Now, what is finna to happen? Out of this 3, I would really go Nicole. I would love for her to win. Then America, and then Cameron. I'm completely shocked at this cast, because to be honest, I wouldn't have thought any of this was possible by any of these people. So excuse me for being prejudiced in my viewpoint, but this is amazing. I love it. I really, really do. Cirie and Jarrett were the first to drop, and then right after that was Izzy. But wow, these top 3 are awesome in my mind, lasting 13 hours on this freaking button. So shout out to them. I want to cut to the meat and potatoes of this week, where Felicia wins HOH, and I'm happy for her, because in my last video I was like, she's never gonna win HOH. I don't see her winning HOH. Physically, she's not there. But doing these like maybe memory challenges or like these putt-putt challenges, she could probably be there. But I don't think she'll be good in endurance, and she wouldn't be good in the physical comp. So I'm happy that she won something, though. As the eldest in the group, one of the most vivacious older people I've ever seen in the last few seasons anyway, I'm happy that she won something. And I know that she's happy that she won something because, because of her age and the history of people her age being on the show. Hisam is in the mix of speaking to Felicia regarding what she should do with her HOH. And like old Hisam fashion, he's not allowing her to talk. He's right away interrupting her, and Felicia's looking at him like, boy, if you don't let me talk. There's also a moment where Matt confides into Izzy and Cirie, and at this moment I'm like, this is great. We need more of these kinds of things on TV. We need more of these moments where people realize, like even Cirie being a black woman, she realizes that people with disabilities have just as much hardships in the world as black people, or as anyone else who may be ostracized for a particular reason. And she's able to relate and look beyond herself to look at someone else's situation and show compassion and empathy. I thought this was great because I felt like Izzy and Cirie learned something about Matt and didn't overlook the fact that this man, even though he looks buff, even though he's beautiful, even though blah, 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 all of the things of the stereotypes surrounding his visual, that he has been dealing with some hardships in the game. And I feel bad for Matt. I really do. I feel bad. I do. Genuinely, I feel bad for Matt. At the same time, he knew what he was doing and signing up for, but I still feel bad for him, if that makes sense. Felicia is doing the veto ceremony, and it was hilarious that the house or the show told her to get snotted on. She ends up getting her last snot with Corey. The whole snot thing becoming the, HOH is a bit much. Having to wake up to do that, I don't know what I would do, but I know I would easily be annoyed by this stuff. I just commend these people for being able to do these things that the show wants them to do all the time and to smile and to be happy about it. Hisam thinks that his HOH went smoothly and that no one would vote for him, unlike Riley's HOH that was chaotic, so to speak. I am really not understanding how someone like Hisam, at his age and his profession, and being a minority, could think that his behavior was one of peace, love, and understanding, and empathy, and loyalty, and working with, and all of that. This is very, very interesting that he had absolutely no idea what he was doing and how he was making people feel. Felicia tells everyone in the house about the plan, and I think this is smart. I think this is smart because it builds a relationship and a rapport with everyone in the house. Everyone in the house knows the plan of the HOH. Everyone in the house is on board. Everyone in the house understands what she's doing. No one's left in the dark except for Red, but Red is not a factor because he's not gonna win. But Cameron will be a factor, and if Cameron wins HOH, I see Cameron putting up Felicia. I just do. I see Cameron putting up Felicia and Sari, honestly, or Felicia and Jared. That's who I see Cameron putting up. Who do y'all think Cameron will put up? I just have a feeling that's who he will put up. Blue fake crying with Hisam was hilarious. I actually thought that she was upset, but clearly she wasn't upset. And it was very interesting that she was just allowing herself to act in the role. You know what I'm saying? I was really shocked by that. And to be quite honest, I'm really shocked, not shocked, but I'm loving Blue's behavior or personality through this week, because you just get to see how cool she is and how charismatic she is and how bubbly she is and how she is. I think I would have ended up being cool with Blue. I said I liked Blue from the beginning, but we haven't seen much of her. Well, I haven't seen much of her because I don't watch the live feeds. But shout out to Blue. I think she's a cool person in the house. Corey dressing up as Blue was hilarious. I think he's a great sport. He does not have any kind of body whatsoever. No cakes, no front, no nothing. But he's still a cool kid. Yes. McCole in the pantry, having her pantry moments. I'm happy that she's getting to this kind of exposure on the main episode because people get to see her personality a little bit. I feel like McCole hasn't made any decisions in the house. She's just been choosing to agree with a lot of the decisions. So if McCole wins HOH, I can't wait to see what she does with her HOH wing, because she just needs to handle herself a little bit more and start making decisions. Yes. Cameron decides to tell Red about everything that's going on with the Hisam move. And the reason why Red wasn't told anything is because Red is close to Hisam. And unbeknownst to the other side of the house, Red is mainly close to Cameron. They have a final two together. And they're their own alliance within an alliance within an alliance, right? I think at this point the professors are crumbling or whatever. But Red is annoyed that he doesn't know about this plan because he feels like he would have went along with it because the whole house knows and he does not know. So he feels some sort of way about that, and he has his eyes and ears, aligned to seek revenge when the time comes. Right. But what is interesting about this is that Red tries to finagle the same amount of information out of Sari, just to see that if any one of the two people, Cameron or Felicia, are lying to him. And he finds out that the story is true. But the way he went about it was obvious to Felicia and definitely obvious to Sari, which, by the way, made Sari extremely angry because she felt like Red was trying to play them. And it's the opposite way, to be honest. It's very interesting. These women are acting like there's no loyalty in the house with these people, but these women are making moves without including everybody. And it's like, I don't understand why these women are understanding that these people they're sliding people before people slide them. And they're emotional players, like Nicole says. There are emotional players. Because Sari will be like, oh no, this what? Oh, he think he got another thing coming. He gonna try to play us. And I feel like it's the same thing that they did to Hisam, but we're gonna get into that. Cameron tells Red about the alliance, the professors, and names everyone. Red tells Cameron about the name of the professors, and he names everyone. A moment for me this week is when Hisam is proclaiming that Jared has a headache because he's in love. And he's in love with Blue. Baby, when Sari was acting like Hisam, like she was laughing. When Sari was acting like she was laughing with Hisam, and she's like, oh, you better cut this out. Because if he's thinking that you and Blue have a showmance already, just think about what happened to Matt and Riley. They asked that right away. You better stop this. I was dying laughing. Sari looking at Blue and freaking Jared fondle each other and play with each other and be cutesy with each other. Sari is not here for it. But the thing is, Sari had a conversation with Jared. And Jared lied to Sari's face about his dealings with Blue. Now, what may be true is that Jared is only getting fancy by Blue because they're in this house. He's a young man. I'm pretty sure he's hornified. Blue is probably the only one that he's attracted to because, quite frankly, she's really like the only one giving him attention and the only one really... the only one giving him attention. So, he's a man, young man. He's hornified up. So I believe that is true. I believe that if they were to live in the same town, they would never pay, both of them would never pay any one of them attention. But it is what it is. They're in the house. But Jared is lying to Sari about his dealings with Blue. I think that is hilarious. They play the veto ceremony or whatever, and wow. This is where you know that Felicia is not a physical comp beast at all. And quite frankly, she's nothing to worry about. If she make it to BB Comics, I'm not worried about her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I were a person in the house, I would keep Felicia around because I wouldn't be worried about her. I know damn well she wouldn't have passed the pressure cooker. So I'm just looking at Felicia like, oh my God, like she's embarrassing. Did she even make it to the second egg? I can't even recall. But Jag ends up winning, ends up taking himself down. And because Hisam had a conversation with Izzy about, taking out why take out the knight when you can take out the king, they decide to use that against Hisam during the veto thing. And everything works out. Hisam gets backdoored and blindsided. But this is where the show shifts for me. Because, and this is why I say that the women are all emotional players. Because, honestly, if Hisam was interrupting me before I was talking or making me feel small or all of the things, how can you allow him to change his behavior if you don't tell him anything? If Hisam is doing this to everyone, why aren't you communicating with this man? I feel like Hisam was cool enough and mature enough to be able to hear the feedback and change his energy. Why do we have to feel like, oh, we got to get him out the house because he's making us feel small and he's calling up the leftovers? Like, I would have brought it up to Hisam, especially if he's a part of my alliance, and I feel like he would be a comp beast and someone who everyone would want to get out the house. He would be a shield. Why not just talk to the man before just throwing him up? Why not just talk to the man and make sure that he understands how you're making him feel? Like, how would he change if y'all don't talk to the man? To be honest, I really felt like these women lost their shit, had to prove a point, and it's not a hot, game move. It really isn't. Because Hisam is completely blindsided. Hisam is completely hurt. Hisam is completely understanding, and Hisam is completely sorry and very apologetic for his behavior. He acknowledges everything that he's done, and he apologizes profusely because he was not even told about any of this. And I feel like Hisam is genuinely hurt in this moment. And I feel bad for Hisam. Throughout this whole thing, I feel bad for Hisam because he really authentically felt like the professors were his family, and he was so serious about the older group getting through to the end. And because these women were in their fields, they had to prove a point. And I feel like Felicia's HOH was short-lived. I feel like she accomplished two things. One, I felt like she accomplished the fact that as an elder, she can make moves in the game. I also feel like she accomplished getting on everyone's side, good side of the house. But other than that, she did not have to make this move because Hisam definitely would have been there for her and Sari at the very least. What do y'all think? Hisam talks to Izzy, and Izzy completely lets him have it and lets him know everything that he did and how he made them feel. But I felt like it was too late. Out of everyone that we see Hisam speak to on the main episode, no one tells Hisam about himself except for Izzy. And I feel like that's effed up. I really do. I feel like they were expecting so much from Hisam, but they didn't even explain to Hisam how they were feeling. And I feel like that's trash. Only Nicole that I know of is the only one that wanted to save Hisam and like make things work with him. But she didn't even explain to Hisam how, he was making people feel in the house. So I feel like everyone in the Professors Alliance, they're punks because they couldn't even articulate how they felt, and all of their moves are made on emotion. Hisam starts crying while talking to Sari, and I mean, again, I just feel bad for the men. These women are acting like they're gonna switch their minds around and be okay with keeping him. But at this point, Felicia already made the damage was already done. She told the entire house what the plan is. So if she goes against that plan after telling the entire house, she's out the very next moment. Again, I feel like Felicia telling the entire house, keeping the entire house in the loop, works to her benefit. And I honestly don't feel like she'll be thrown up unless Cameron wins HOH. During the final speeches, Cameron tells Hisam that it's been a pleasure to be on the block with him. Clearly, they do not like each other. When we come back to Hisam says that Cameron will never be loyal to anyone. And I think that is true. I think Cameron's only loyalty is to Red. That's it. Also, I wanted to point out that Hisam, is it just me or Hisam was very much gay in the interview with oh Jesus, what is her name? Leslie, a freak. Julie Chen Moonves. How could I? That's what I call her, Leslie. Anyways, leave your comments below. Hold on, let me see if there's a winner. Let me see if there's a winner yet. If there's a winner that's been announced. Oh no! McCole dropped. McCole wins a dinner party for herself and 3 guests of her choosing. It's so horrible. It's between America and Cameron. Well, I don't think McCole has to worry about anything. But Jesus, who do y'all want to win? Leave your comments below.